cat people, do your animals have anything strange or interesting what they generally like doing? For example, under the covers is Kublai. Yes, he's currently giving himself a bath. But yes, he likes hiding under the covers. Just amazes me some of the strange things cats like doing. And it is quite funny. But he insists on doing it. But he isn't one of the first. Yoshi now has started to take himself sleeping closer to me. Yesterday morning, but I couldn't get my phone in time, he was actually asleep on top of me. So he is coming round more and wanting to be more affectionate. So it's one of the little things. He also is a big, big fan of getting his head tickled, aren't you? Yeah. You're a good boy, aren't you? I do know that I will try and catch him sleeping on me. Now that the weather's changed, the cats are taking to sleeping in the same room as me now. So I'm getting used to waking up with cats lying on me and cuddling up with me. And like I said, Yoshi now is getting closer and closer to me, which I think is cute. Aren't you, Yoshi? So he's still a young cat and he still likes playing, which even at 1 they still play. They can play slightly in an old age, but they just tend to like batting stuff with the paws. Don't you? With the weather changing, I'm back to wearing my gloves. Because I suffer with a lot of pains in my hands, I wear these like gloves, which actually help the circulation more. So I've got several pairs of these, thank goodness, otherwise they'd be horrible and smelly. Wouldn't they, Yoshi? It's your sleep time. Oh dear, so calm. Good boy, aren't you? I always try and take time out during the day, doesn't matter what I'm doing. I could be cleaning, I could be watching something on the telly, on my phone. And as soon as one of the cats wants some sort of affection, I just put the phone down or I stop what I'm doing and give them it. Because at the end of the day, they appreciate it more. And I just try not to ignore them. It's what they want. They ask for it and I give them it. Don't I? Yeah. Just shows you've got time to be around them for their affection and their love. Do you believe one of the might be snoring. I know Shadow's a bit of a snorer, which is quite funny. I know, I'm trying not to move you out of the way, Yoshi. Sorry, baby. Okay, baby, sorry. I do have my little boy, Kronos, trying to hold my phone. I shall give you a little story about baby Kronos. Kronos, I watched him being born along with his siblings. And ever since he's been born, he is quite close to me. And every now and again, he asks to be picked up, and he'll actually stand on his back legs and put his paws on me and ask to be picked up. And I've got to carry him around. It's quite funny when he does it, but that's how affectionate cats can be. Also, from the day that he was born, even with his eyes shut, if anybody picked him up, he would cry. But as soon as I picked him up, he would stop crying. So he's more like my little follower, and I can't exactly do anything without him. But again, it's a bit hard to capture it, because if I start leaning down to pick my phone up, he wants down. So I will eventually catch it. It's just one of them things that takes time. As you can see, all the kitties are asleep. There will be cats asleep in the other room. Some I'll probably have cats on top of the wardrobes. Some go into the boxes. But this is kitty rest time. I haven't done much this week because the change in the weather has caused me to start getting more pain. So everything starts to slow down a little bit. It's one of them things. I don't dwell on the pain, which sometimes if you give yourself a negative feeling, it can actually make the pain worse. So I try and go beyond that. CIRCE. CIRCE. Hey. Good girl. Don't know where her sister is. The joys of changing weather. So I know I'll take to waking up with cats lying on me. Won't I? So Kronos? Kronos. He lost his collar ages ago, and I've been trying to look for it, but I haven't a clue where the hell it is. So obviously the indentation that he had from his collar is not there anymore. I am actually trying to wait until it turns up so I can find the name tag, but it's not going to happen. So I will eventually just have to buy a new one. It's not like I let them outside. So anyway, it's not really a long video this week, but I will try and find things for them to do that helps them. Wow, so much dust. That's the worst thing about having white cats. Their fur tends to float everywhere. Doesn't matter how much hoovering you do. It's still there in the air. And I'm sorry, I am not taking to shaving the cats. That would be a bit too much. I am going to try and buy them some toys and try and do some more toy reviews. But obviously, the cats do what they want to do. And you can't force them. You can't make them perform. Can you cheer up? Oh, my word. Hello, Shiro. Shh. Shiro is the tallest cat in the house. Hiya, Shiro. And he stands from the floor and you can open the door. So around the house, we have to make sure our front door's locked. And we've got a few locks downstairs with the doors that have got ordinary handles, so we can't open them. Because you're too clever, aren't you? Yes, you are. I watched you being born too, didn't I? Yeah. You're a good boy, aren't you? It's hard to believe he's 8 years old now. Wow, your ears need cleaning. That's one thing the cats hate me doing, is cleaning their ears. Sometimes they clean each other's ears, but if not, it's my job. And it just stops them getting all itchy inside. They can get ear mites, cats, so you'd have to watch. And with me having so many cats, things like that can spread through them. But that's why you always check to see if there's any changes, and you're always checking them over. It's just one of them things that you do when you've got many cats. Sometimes I don't catch things right away, but I do eventually catch on that something's going on. If something is acting out of character, because obviously each cat is their own individual personality, and all are different. Whereas Kublai likes suckling on my shoulder, and as you've seen before, hiding under my covers. There's a few of them that like doing that, they're hiding under the covers, because obviously it's like a tunnel of protection for them, and they feel comfortable. And Gizmo has got a fur ball. He's not been eating the coconut, so this is what happens with coughing like this. And obviously I fill up the tub, well not the tub, the tray every day to so the cats can go over anytime they want and eat it. Kublai, when he was little, in the house that we're at, it had like a banister with a board on it, but underneath the board on the other side, it had a lip on it, which we think he fell off and hit his leg. And it turned out that he'd broke it. Now, the vet wanted to amputate it, but we refused to let him go through that, with him being only 8 months at the time and his bones were still developing. And we knew that he was still growing because he was still only a kitten at the time. And we decided against him losing his leg, and was prepared to pay for him to go through with an operation and to have casts on his legs. It was actually one of his back legs. Can't remember which one, but I do have pictures of it. So I do know at some point I will try and find them and put them on here from when he broke it. He wasn't the happiest cat. And because he was wearing a cast and we wanted him to stay in one place, we actually put him in a dog crate and put obviously his toilet and food in there. And he stayed in there. Wasn't the happiest kitty, but we knew it was for his own good. And now years later, he is fine. His back leg is fine. And obviously he's about 5 years old now. And so it just goes to show, if you stick to your guns and you know what you're doing and you know what's right, then you can come on top. Obviously, I don't know everything about cats. I'd be lying if I said that. I'm always learning. And that's the main thing. If I find something new, I try and introduce what I learn to the cats. And obviously see if they adapt or take to it. If they don't, then at least I know I've tried. And sometimes you can try again later. And it may work. Yes, his collar's looking a bit tatty. Could see me buying him a new one. It's just it gets awkward with some of the ones that you can get they do fall apart. So I am thinking of doing a review on cat collars, since quite a lot are out there that are not up to par and end up falling apart, or they fall off too easily. So I will eventually buy a few collars and we can just test them on the cats and see how it goes. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know the cats weren't really doing much but sleeping and being cuddly, but as you can see, they're well looked after. They're all fluffy and happy. And yeah, thank you for watching.